Hi everyone, I'm Ritika and today we are going to move and stretch our neck, our shoulders and our back. So let's begin. Grab two blocks if you have them. If you don't, you can use a long blanket that you can roll up and use under you. Let's come to sit down with our spines long. So I'm using a block right under my hips today. For these first movements, you can also stand in a place, stand still or sit in a chair. We're going to start with our neck. So first we're going to take the right ear to the right shoulder. We're going to take the chin to the chest, left ear to the left shoulder, and then taking the head back, chin moves up. So really slow down these movements. Right ear comes to right shoulder, chin to chest, left ear to left shoulder, and the head moves back up. One more time in this direction. Right ear to right shoulder, chin to chest, left ear to left shoulder, and the head moves up. And now changing sides. So the left ear moves towards the left shoulder, chin to chest, right ear to right shoulder, and the head moves up. Left ear to left shoulder, chin to chest, right ear to right shoulder, head moves up. One last time. Left ear to left shoulder, chin to chest, right ear to right shoulder, and then the head moves back up. And then slowly bringing the chin parallel to the ground, opening your eyes. Great. This time taking the right ear towards the right shoulder and taking the right hand right just over the left ear. So you're gently using the weight of that right hand without pushing the right ear to the shoulder. And then lengthen through that left hand. So you can do this even when you're standing. You just lengthen through that left hand, making it really active. If you're sitting down, you can take the fingertips to the floor, finding a nice stretch through the left side of the neck. And then come back to center, taking the left ear to the left shoulder, taking the left hand right over that right ear. Again, just using the weight of the hand and not pushing your head towards the side. Then lengthening through the right arm, making that hand really active, or taking the fingertips down on the floor. Breathing into that stretch. Using these slow movements to come back to the present moment. Great. We'll move our arms now. So bringing our right arm up and then sending it back. 2, arm moves back, then comes forward. 3, try to keep that arm really strong and engaged and the movement really slow. And one more time. Great. And then changing directions. So this time the right arm moves up and then moves back. 2, 3. This time I'm sitting away from the wall, so my hand isn't slapping into it. Great. The left side. Left arm moves up and back, up and back. Arm moves up and then back. So we're keeping the movement really slow and then changing sides. And that way, we're able to find mobility in that arm joint and in the shoulders, letting the shoulders move up and then come back down. We're not pushing our shoulders down here. And you can pause the video and do more of those if that feels good for you. Otherwise, just taking your hands to your hips and just moving the shoulders up and back down a couple of times. And then moving them up and down. So moving them forward. Great. taking your right arm over the left arm. So we're coming into eagle arms. So you're hooking that right arm in the left elbow. And you can either stay here or you can take both hands to touch. And this should already feel like a nice stretch in the shoulders. You can stay here, or on the inhale, lift the elbows up, coming into a gentle back bend. As you exhale, rounding through the upper back and letting the head go. Inhale, open the chest, arm moves up. Exhale to round. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, round. Great. Release the arms. This time taking the left arm over the right. So this time we're hooking the left arm in the right elbow. And then maybe the hands come together, like so. Stay here for a breath. As you inhale, lift the arms up, finding that bend. And as you exhale, hug the elbows into the belly, rounding through the back. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale to bend. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale to bend. One more time. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale to bend. And then release the hands. Let's come on to child's pose. So bring that block for under you, and if you were standing and doing all of these, please come to sit. Take the heels together, knees wide. Bring your arms in front of you and just fold forward into child's pose. Letting the head come down. Letting the arms be in front of you or by your sides. Doing what feels good. Making this your own practice. We're always moving so fast that slowing down sometimes feels intolerable. And so sitting with that discomfort and understanding where that discomfort arises from. And then slowly come up. And let's come on to hands and knees. Hands right under the shoulders. Knees right under the hips. As you inhale, open the chest, arching your back, looking in front. Exhale, lifting up through the belly, letting the head go. Inhale, open the chest for cow. Exhale, round through the back, letting the head go for cat. Inhale, as you open the chest, move your shoulders back gently and let your back arch. Exhale, round through the upper, mid and lower back. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, round. This time, walk your hands forward and come onto your forearms. You can either stay here with your hips moving up, your forearms down, or if you have a block or that blanket that you can roll up, take that right at your chest and let your chest rest on that. You can also let that chest sink all the way to the ground. So see where you are today. This should also feel like a nice opening in the shoulders, through the arms. And whenever something feels too intense, feel free to come out of that. And then slowly coming up, come back to hands and knees. As you inhale, send your right arm forward. As you exhale, thread the needle, bringing the right arm through the left and letting the right shoulder come down. So you're lying on the right side of your shoulder and on the right side of your head. You're in this twist with your hips up. And stay here for a breath. You can also walk those left fingertips forward if you feel stable there, or you can always bring that left hand right under your shoulders. Press into that left hand a little bit and come into a deeper twist. And on the next exhale, press into the left hand, come on to all fours. Stay here for a breath. On the next inhale, bring your left arm forward. As you exhale, thread the needle, sending the left arm through the right. Let the left side of the shoulder and left side of the head come to the ground. Press into the right hand to find a deeper twist. And then feel free to walk that hand forward, coming onto the fingertips to find more opening. Do what feels good. And then pressing into that right hand, come back to hands and knees. Inhale, open the chest, arching your back. Exhale, round. From here, tuck the toes, lift the hips, and come into downward dog. Keep the knees bent. Keep taking your torso towards the thighs, externally rotating through the arms and making sure the arms are as wide as the shoulders here. On the next inhale, straightening through that right leg. The heel doesn't have to touch. Exhale, bend it back. Inhale, straighten through that left leg. Exhale, bend it. Inhale, straighten through the right. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten through the left. Exhale, bend. Just shake your head yes and no here, and maybe straightening through both legs for a breath. And then slowly make your way to the front of the mat. Walk your feet forward. Taking feet together or hips width apart. And letting the head go. Letting the arms go. On the next inhale, take your feet hips width apart if they weren't there already. Make sure they're parallel to each other. And then slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, roll up. So take your time. Keep the knees bent. If you feel a stretch somewhere, stay there. Breathe into it. Let the head be the last to come up. And then roll your shoulders back. Stay here for a breath. Close your eyes. And really explore the sensations in the back, in the neck, and in the shoulders. Shrug your shoulders up and just release. Shrug them up one more time and just let go. Take a deep breath in and exhale through the mouth. Great. Gently open your eyes. And then make your way all the way down. So chin tucks into the chest, bend your knees, and roll all the way down, really slowly. Definitely slower than I'm doing it. Take your time. Keep the knees bent. Release any stress through the lower back. And once you reach down, just shake your head yes and no. And then interlace your fingers at your lower back. Keeping the elbows bent here, move those hands up and over. So you want to keep our elbows bent because we don't want to hyperextend through the elbows. We don't want to hurt them. So you can straighten them a little bit, but make sure they're not going past that point. And again, keep releasing tension through the head, moving the elbows, moving the hands up and over. On the next inhale, release your hands and slowly come back all the way up again. Great. So now we're going to find those stretches on the side body. Inhale, take your arms up. Take the left wrist with the right hand and pulling the left hand towards the right side. Let the hips move towards the left as you stretch that left side of the body. Come back to center. Arms reach up. Take the right wrist with the left hand and pull that right hand towards the left side. The hips move to the right. Come back to center. Bring both arms down, and this time move the hips to the left side and just gently melt your body towards the right, any amount. So you want to make sure that the shoulders stay over the hips here, and you're just finding a stretch through the left side. Come back, melting the body towards the left side. The left hand moves down the left thigh, finding a stretch through the right side. Again, the shoulders, keep sending the shoulders back so they're right over the hips. And then come back. Great. Come back to the front of the mat if you weren't there. Take your feet wide, wider than hips this time, toes pointing out. And taking your hands to your hips or in front of you, slowly begin to sit down in Malasana. Great. Now, if this is too challenging for you, it's totally okay if you're on your toes. Totally fine. Because we want to feel an extension through the spine. You can also hold on to your mat right in front of you. And then bring your arms forward and just let your head go between your legs. So you're coming into a forward fold. And just letting the head go, rounding through the back here. And as you inhale, come back up, take your hands to your heart, straighten through the back. Exhale, let your head go, walk your arms in front. Great. And then just gently let your hips come down so you're a seat. Okay, so now we're going to move into a wide-legged seated pose. Take a block or your blanket right under your hips here if you need that extra height. It really helps finding length through the spine. You can keep your knees bent. As you inhale, lift your arms up. Twist towards the right side, and as you exhale, fold over the right leg. Take your hands to the right thigh or the right shin and try to come down with as long a spine as possible, and straighten your legs only as much as feel good on your hamstrings. So don't push yourself too much. As you exhale, come up. Inhale, take your arms up, twisting towards the left side and then folding over the left leg. Hands to shin, to thigh. Keeping your legs really active here and keeping them bent if the hamstrings feel too tight. And then slowly coming back up. We are now going to lie down and take a block right between our shoulder blades at the place where you would normally find a bra strap. So right there, If you don't have a block, you can roll up that blanket and put it right at that spot too. And then slowly reclining, you can take your head on your hands like this. The feet are bent at this point, just settling in to this position. Taking a couple of inhales, and with every exhale, melting into that block. And once you feel comfortable, you can take those arms out from under your head. And you can also always keep them there. Maybe the soles of the feet will touch and the knees will flop out to the sides. And maybe the arms will come into a T formation or a cactus. So do what feels good. Feel free to keep those hands right under your head. Feel free to keep the knees bent and feet planted into the ground. Do what feels right for you. And once you're in this upper back opener, shoulder opener, just sending your breath to that part of your body. Not avoiding the feelings that come up. Not putting anything on the back burner now. This is your moment, this is your practice. Not ignoring, not avoiding anything. And then if your legs were in Supta Baddha Konasana, bring the knees together, walk the feet as wide as the mat, and just let the knees knock into each other. Patanjali outlines 13 obstacles to yoga. And the first obstacle, he says, is disease or vyadhi. In the context of our lives, yoga is every sacred action that we undertake. And disease truly keeps us from each and every sacred action, whether it's working towards a goal, taking care of our families, sending out love to others. So it is disease that we must protect ourselves from. Take care of ourselves both physically and mentally. And then bring those knees right under the hips, feet planted in. Taking your hands right under the neck, hugging the chin into the chest and rolling on to either side, releasing that block from under you or that mattress, and just coming to lie down. Coming to lie down with the legs out. And just experiencing that opening in the chest. Maybe breathing a little bit deeper now. Then hugging both knees into the chest, straightening through the left leg, and taking the right foot across the body towards the left side, coming into a twist. Arms in cactus. Coming back to center. Straightening through the right leg this time, hugging the left knee into the chest and taking it across to the right side. Hugging the knees in one last time, coming back to center. And preparing for Shavasana, our final resting pose. Arms by our sides, palms facing up, legs away from each other, letting the shoulders relax, letting the breath relax, letting it find its natural rhythm, becoming an observer now. Letting the thoughts come and go as they please. Letting the breath move in and out of the body as it pleases. Take a deep breath in. Feel free to stay here for longer. We will now move out of Shavasana. Wiggling your fingers and toes. Moving your head from side to side. Turning to one side and slowly coming up. Coming into a cross-legged seat. Taking your hands to the heart. Thanking yourself for practicing today, for prioritizing your health. I'm going to chant one Om with the next inhale. Feel free to join or listen. Om. Namaste.